Morning. Another topic that we are going to discuss is all about the form and contents of petition. Last meeting or last online class, I have discussed the rules on parole. So let's proceed on the part B, which is the form and contents of petition. So we have rule 2.3, review upon motu proprio. Form and contents of petition. A parole case may be reviewed by the board upon petition or motu proprio. So this is a petition which is a motu proprio. Where a petition is filed by or on behalf of a prisoner, the form of said petition shall substantially comply with that prescribed by the board and shall clearly show the following. So, ano ang naka-indicate dito sa motu proprio? Letter A, that the prisoner's case is eligible for review by the board. So, kapag magpipetition ng isang prisoner para maging eligible sa parole, kailangan uh, may pakita ang mga sumusunod. So, number 1 is he is eligible for review. Kailangan eligible siya para i-review ang kanyang kaso. That he is not disqualified from being granted parole. So, indicated on the qualification sa taas is kinakailangan hindi siya kasali dun sa mga nabanggit na disqualification. So, part C is the procedure. So, there must be a procedure on the petition. So, rule 2.4. A petition and the grant of parole. So, yan yung procedure. 2.4. Transmitted of carpeta and prison record. So, alam na natin yung carpeta at saka yung prison record. The director of warden concerned shall send the prisoner's prison record and carpeta to the board of at least 1 month prior to the date when his case shall be eligible. So, ang warden o director sa isang penal institution, kinakailangan niyang i-transmit o i-submit yung carpeta at saka prison record ng isang nakakulong, isang prisoner prior, 1 month prior bago siya maging eligible sa parole. Rule 2.5, publication of name of prisoners being considered for parole. So, ginapublish yung kanyang pangalan ng isang prisoner, ng isang inmate sa newspaper o kahit sa media na available na po pwedeng i-publish ang kanyang pangalan. So, the board shall cause the publication in a newspaper of circulation the names of prisoners convicted of heinous crimes or those sentenced to reclusion perpetua or life imprisonment and whose sentence has been commuted to an indeterminate prison term and may consider for release on parole. Take note that in this case, for those heinous crime na convicted yung isang prisoner natin is kinakailangan silang mapublish yung pangalan nila bago sila makalaya. Bakit? Dahil kinakailangan malaman ng, for example, yung biktima ng pamilya, kung halimbawa, yung pamilya ng biktima is mayroon silang appeal, for example, na bakit pinalaya ito. So, kinakailangan well-informed ng public. Rule 2.6, Notice to Offended Party. In addition to the publication in newspaper, yung sinabi ko kanina, of national circulation, the offended party or his immediate relatives, in the event that the offended party is unable or otherwise not available, shall be notified personally or by registered mail and given a period of 30 days from notice within which to communicate their comment to the board regarding the contemplated grant of parole to the prisoner. So, binibigyan ng notice yung pamilya ng biktima na si Mr. Juan na nakapatay, for example, is binibigyan ng parole. Siya ay papalabasin sa kulungan. Okay, so para halimbawa mayroong full knowledge yung pamilya, for example, baka makita nila sa daan bigla yung tao tapos hindi nila alam na binigyan pala siya ng parole, so mamamroblema sila sa government. So meron mga instances na mga nangyaring ganyan. So tingnan natin yung definition kung anong nakalagay para in time sa board exam alam natin kung anong naka-indicate. So kailangan silang notified through registered mail sa post office for example, tapos 30 days para mag-comply yung pamilya. So rule 2.7, deferment of parole when safety compromised. So deferment, tatanggalan, for example, ibabalik yung taong bibigyan ng parole kapag yung safety halimbawa ng tao undergoing parole o safety ng mamamayan is concerned. If based on the report on pre-parole investigation conducted on the prisoner, there is clear and convincing evidence that his release on will endanger on his life or those of his relatives or the life, safety, and well-being of the victim, his relatives, his witness, and the community, the release of the prisoner shall be deferred until the danger ceases. So, halimbawa, pinalabas natin yung isang prisoner para yung natitirang conviction or sentence niya is doon niya ipagpatuloy sa labas ng community. For example, mayroon siyang 10 years na gugugulin while convicted siya pero nasa loob siya ng community. So, if in case na nasa in danger ang kanyang buhay o ang kanyang pamilya, for example, relatives, o yung well-being ng kanyang biktima, for example, mayroon mga cases na ganyan dahil sa revenge, for example, kapag nakalaya yung tao, nakalabas, is pwede siyang balikan ng pamilya ng biktima. So, doon, pababalikin siya sa kulungan until yung danger na nandyan is mawala. Part 3, proceedings of the board. So, the proceedings, kung ano yung process na ibinibigay ng Board of Parole and Pardon. So, Rule 2.8, factors to be considered in review of parole case. So, ano yung mga factors na kinukonsider para i-review o tingnan maigi yung parole case ng isang prisoner. The following factors may be considered by the board in its review of a parole case. Letter A, the degree of prisoner's rehabilitation and his institution and his behavior or conduct. So, ang nakalagay dyan, yung saan na siya bilong, halimbawa kung paano na siya kung paano siya nakikipagsalamuha sa loob ng kulungan, kung paano siya sumusunod sa batas ng kulungan, kung paano siya nakikihalubilo. So, reform na ba siya? Rehabilitate na ba siya? Alam na ba natin na hindi na siya halimbawa hindi siya babalik sa kanyang kinagisnan, for example yung pagnanakaw, pagpatay, for example, o kaya is pwede na siyang pakinabangan ng pamilya niya. So yun yung mga tinitingnan ng ating board. Letter B, previous criminal record if any and the rest to other person including the victim and witnesses and their family and friends or the community in general or the possibility of retaliation by the victim, his family and friends. So, titingnan natin yung kanyang previous records, kung ano yung kaso na ibinigay sa kanya, dahil maaaring, for example, yung buhay ng taong yan, ng nakakulong na yan, kapag pinalabas natin, doon ay pagpatuloy sa labas ng kulungan, is pwede siyang yung sabi natin kanina na malagay sa kapahamakan ng kanyang sarili. For example, titingnan natin, pag-aaralan natin yung biktima niya, biktima ng pamilya, o kaya yung mga witnesses, for example. Dahil po pwede yung nakakulong na yan, is pwede siyang bumalik doon sa mga biktima o kaya yung witnesses na nagdiin sa kanya sa kaso. O kaya naman is, siya mismo, balikan siya ng biktima at saka yung mga witnesses sa kaso. The gravity of the offense and the manner in which it was committed and prisoner's attitude towards the offense and his degree of remorse. So, titingnan natin doon kung gaano kalala yung kanyang ginawang kasalanan sa batas, tapos kung paano niya ito ginawa, at saka ano yung pag-uugali niya, ano yung makikita natin kung nagsisi ba siya sa kanyang ginawa, meron ba siyang mga pagsisisi, regrets, remorse, while nasa loob siya ng kulungan. Letter D, evidence that the prisoner will be legitimately employed upon release or has a place where he will reside. So, kailangan magkaroon tayo ng ebidensya na siya ay legitimate na pwede siyang magkaroon ng trabaho sa labas. For example, baka naman pag pinalabas natin yan, hindi naman siya maging kapaki-pakinabang sa pamilya niya, tapos gagawa pa siya ng kasalanan, for example. So, titingnan natin kung meron siyang matitirahan. Baka maging palaboy lang dyan sa labas o kapag gala-gala. So, wala ding mangyayari sa buhay niya. So, kailangan natin tiyakin na meron siyang babalikan sa labas while ongoing pa yung kanyang sentence. The age of the prisoner and the availability of aftercare services for the who is old, seriously ill, or suffering from a physical disability. So, titingnan natin yung kanyang edad at saka tingnan natin kung sino pwedeng, halimbawa matanda na yan, nasa 90 plus o 70 plus, 80 plus. Tingnan natin kung mayroon bang available na mga care services na ibibigay sa kanya. It's either ng isang institution, yung mga matatanda, Bahay Maria for example, o kaya yung para sa matatanda, o kaya naman meron siyang pamilya na mag-aalaga sa kanya if ever na meron siyang karamdaman, sakit, o kaya is meron siyang mga physical disabilities, halimbawa hindi siya makakita, makarinig, makalakad. So, kinakailangan natin tiyakin na yung edad at saka kung sino yung mga available na po pwedeng makatulong sa kanila while nasa labas sila ng kulungan. So, Rule 2.9, Grant of Parole. So, sino yung paano binibigyan ng parole ang isang inmates o isang prisoner. Board may grant a prisoner parole based on reports regarding the prisoner's work and conduct and on the study and investigation by the board itself and finds the following circumstances are present. So, ibibigay yung grant sa parole kapag mayroong mga reports. It's either based on his work at saka yung kanyang conduct, yung kanyang attitude, yung behavior niya, at saka yung, siyempre sa loob ng kulungan mayroon silang psychologist, psychiatrist for example. So, tinitingnan dun at saka may investigation na tinitingnan yung pag-ugali ng isang tao. So, ito yung mga kinakailangan tiyakin natin. Letter A, that the prisoner is fitted by his training for release. So, of course, ang nakabilang doon na yan is undergoing training na yan para if ever na papalabas siya, alam na niya kung anong gagawin niya, alam na niya yung mga pwedeng mangyari kapag mayroon siyang violation. Kapag may violation siya is pwede siyang ibalik sa kulungan para ipagpatuloy ang kanyang kaso. Ipagpatuloy ang kanyang sentensya. That there is reasonable probability that, so mayroong reasonable, mayroong mga rason, probability na nagtatakda, he will live and remain at liberty without violating the law. Na siya ay mabubuhay nang hindi siya halimbawa natatakot sa nandiyan ang liberty dahil yung halimbawa pwedeng mag-revenge yung pamilya ng kanyang biktima for example at hindi rin siya makaka-violate ng batas, and that his release will not be incompatible with the welfare of society. At saka hindi natin may lalagay sa panganib yung buhay ng mga mamamayan dahil malay natin yung pinalabas natin pala is serial killer. Kapag maisip lang na pumapatay is papatayin ng tao para lang may makain. So, titingnan natin yung mga circumstances na to para mabigyan siya ng parole.